All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a really wild source document. It makes this incredible claim that a quiet little town in the Bavarian Alps is way more than it seems. It's supposedly a cosmic portal, one with the power to literally change the course of human history.
So that's the big question our source material tackles, right? Why this one quiet town, Berchtesgaden, in the middle of the Bavarian Alps? The claim here isn't just that it's a pretty place to visit. No, it's that this town is some kind of key, a key to a whole new reality for the entire planet. So okay, let's unpack this and see what it's all about.
And there you have it. That's a direct quote from our source. I mean, that's a huge claim, right? A portal to a new timeline. So to even start to wrap our heads around this, we've got to break down the story this document is telling. We need to look at it piece by piece. You know, the history, who the key players are, and these cosmic events it's talking about.
Okay, so first things first, let's dig into the location itself. What is it about this specific place? What does the text say makes it so special that it could be at the center of a prophecy this big?
Well, according to the text, this is not just any old town. It's a convergence point. For one, its geography is supposedly perfect, with these mountains all around creating a kind of natural contact dish. Then you've got what's going on underground. The source claims there are these massive cave systems, some even leading to the subterranean Argathan network. Plus, there are ancient salt mines that have been active for over 2,000 years, which have supposedly soaked the whole area in a really unique energy.
Okay, now this is where the story really starts to get big. I mean, really big. The source document puts this town right at the epicenter of a massive planet-wide event it calls a cosmic reset. And we're not just talking about one little portal anymore. This is about the entire history of the planet getting a do-over. So the whole narrative kicks off with a core problem that needs fixing. The source has this term for it. It calls it the anomaly. And what is that? Well, it's basically all the built-up negative junk, all the bad energy, the traumatic memories, everything from millennia of human history, all piled up. And according to this text, that anomaly has to be cleared out before any real positive change can take place. So the natural question is, how do you clear something like that? The text lays out this massive multi-step process. First up, it says these huge galactic fleets have opened a solar system-wide portal, basically to just beam immense energy straight at Earth. And this energy is supposed to purify everything. The planet's collective memory, which it calls the Akashic Records, and get this, even our own individual past life traumas. It's framed as a complete and total reset, not just for the planet, but for every single one of us.
But here's the thing, the story of this portal doesn't just start out there in space. Not at all. The document actually traces its history way, way back, for centuries. It points to these ancient secret societies, right here on Earth, whose whole job apparently was to protect this exact spot and all of its secrets.
And the source gets really specific about this lineage of guardians. It says it all kicked off with a Knight Templar, a guy named Hubertus Koch. The story goes that he had a vision that told him to set up a base in this exact area, way back in 1221. And from there, the mission was apparently passed down through other Templar groups and secret societies, all of them dedicated to protecting what the source calls the goddess mysteries.
Now, at the absolute heart of this whole history is a figure the text calls the goddess Isis. She's described as this divine being who is literally the energetic guardian of the Berchtesgaden portal. Her energy is supposedly anchored right there in the area, and she's got these three sacred treasures. You've got the famous Sintamani stone, a mirror that's actually a gateway to other dimensions, and a dagger that represents some kind of advanced technology.
Okay, so let's jump forward in time now, way forward, to the 20th century. Because this is where the whole story takes a sharp turn. We move away from ancient mysteries and right into a secret conflict over some seriously advanced, world-changing technology. And guess what? Berchtesgaden is still right at the center of it all. So, back in the early 1900s, the source describes what it calls an occult war. It's a clash between two major factions. On one side, you've got this group led by a medium, Maria Orsic, who was supposedly in touch with friendly ETs. And on the other side, you have the Thule Society, and yeah, that's the group that would go on to found the Nazi Party. The text says both of these groups were in a struggle for control over secret knowledge and, you guessed it, technology.
And here's the crucial part. This wasn't just some philosophical debate. No, this was a fight over actual revolutionary technology. The source claims that Maria Orsic received literal technical instructions on how to build a spacecraft, a real flying saucer. It even says a prototype was successfully built near Munich as early as 1922. Think about that.
Yeah, that quote really puts the stakes into perspective, doesn't it? But according to the source, this story doesn't have a happy ending, at least not at first. It says the Thule Society, the Nazi-aligned group, they're the ones who won this secret war back in the 1930s. They supposedly stole the technology and twisted it for their own purposes. As for Maria Orsic and her group, the text says they were rescued by their ET allies in 1945 and taken right off the planet.
So, that whole backstory brings us right up to the modern day. And according to the text, all of this history, the Templars, the Secret War, all of it has been leading up to this moment. A point where a direct cosmic intervention is supposedly happening right now to get the planet ready for a huge energetic shift.
And here's where we get into some new cosmic tech. The text introduces something called the Atavor beam. What is it? Well, it's described as this massive pillar of light sent by a group called the Ashtar Command. Its job is to anchor right onto Earth to stabilize our entire energy grid, all in preparation for a predicted massive solar event, a solar flash that the source says is on its way.
So why is this big intervention even necessary? Well, the source says it's because there's a huge problem. Earth has apparently been intentionally cut off from a really vital source of natural cosmic energy. And it calls this problem a tachyon blockade.
Okay, so what are tachyons? The text describes them as the very first subatomic particles created after the Big Bang, and they carry this pure, life-giving energy from the galactic central sun. The problem, the source alleges, is that this energy is being blocked. It can't reach the surface of the Earth because of technologies like HAARP that are supposedly used to manipulate our ionosphere, creating this energetic barrier all around the planet.
So if there's a blockade, there has to be a workaround, right? And this is it. According to the text, the Pleiadians gave humans the instructions to build these things called tachyon chambers. And how do they work? They supposedly use quantum entanglement to completely bypass that blockade and beam the tachyon energy directly from a station in orbit all the way down to the surface. Pretty clever.
Okay, so here's the crucial point. This is where it all comes together. You have all these different threads we've been following, right? The cosmic reset, the ancient Templars, that secret technology war, this new tachyon energy, and they all somehow converge on this one single spot on the map, Berchtesgaden.
The way the text presents it, Berchtesgaden is like the designated stage for this massive coordinated effort from all sides. You've got the Ashtar Command anchoring that Atavor beam from above. You've got the Agarthan network anchoring something called an emerald ray from deep within the Earth. The Pleiadians are providing the tachyon tech. The positive Templar groups are finally fulfilling their ancient mission. And all of this is happening under the energetic watch of the portal's original guardian, the goddess Isis.
And because of all this attention, the location is painted as more than just the site of an old prophecy. It's an active conflict zone. The source claims this will be one of the very first sites for open first contact. But, it says, the other side knows this too, and they've supposedly installed advanced weapon systems in the area and have even sealed off key caves leading to the Agarthan network under false pretenses.
So when you take a step back, what you have is this incredible tapestry. The source document weaves together cosmic battles, secret societies, advanced technology, and it presents this one small town as the absolute key to the next chapter for all of humanity. So what is it? Is Berchtesgaden a portal to a new timeline? Or is it a powerful modern myth? Is it just a story? Or is it the stage for something that's still unfolding? Well, what you take away from all this is up to you.